Welcome back, all you slip joint enthusiasts from around the world to Baxter's Blades. You're entering the Tiger Pit. Iger. Today we're going to check out a newer Rosecraft Blades. This has already been released. This is the Mud Creek Congress in Burlwood, RCT 028BRL. This is one that I was seriously considering getting, but I didn't. And I'm kind of glad I didn't because, well, I was watching the Slippy and Thrifty show Sunday before this last, and Andy Armstrong was on there. And they were going over the new releases, what is to come. And I had pretty much forgot that usually when Andy's on there, they do a giveaway. Well, they did two. They did one for the USA and they did one for the European market, or the UK, excuse me. And so I entered my number and it was wrong. But then I heard Slippy say, the winner is Baxter's Blades. And I'm like, what? Well, it turned out Jerk, Blue Collar Knives, entered on my behalf. He's in the Netherlands. And he guessed 69, and that was the number that Andy picked. So, lo and behold, I won this beautiful Burlwood Rosecraft Congress. This is, I do believe, the first model that I'm aware of that they have brass pins and not stainless pins, which I saw that on traditional pocket knives, and I asked Austin, I'm like, really, brass pins? And he's like, yep. And sure enough, they are brass. You have stainless steel squared off bolsters with single threading. I do believe a stainless shield. This is the Rosebud Bomb Shield, or Rosecraft Bomb Shield. A little bit different than their Rosebud Shield. It is 3.62 inches closed. It's 6.5 inches open. Blade length, or blade thickness, excuse me, is 0.10 of an inch blade stock. Length of blade is 2.9 inches, and it weighs a nice light 2.3 ounces. Half stops, nice close, D2 blade steel, perfectly centered, zero gaps, maybe a little bit of oil there. Yeah, a little oil there. Very nice. Very flush in the half position, flush in the open position. Warncliffe, long pull, swedging. Very cool. Thank you so much, Slippy and Thrifty, for having Andy Armstrong on there. It's always a pleasure to see what's coming from Rosecraft. And thank you, Andy, for doing those giveaways. Much appreciated for this win. I really like this. The Burlwood is the one that I was going to get. They do have them in green micarta. Now, as a matter of fact, today on my 10-day trapper challenge, I carried this Rough Rider trapper, and it happens to be in the green micarta, very similar to the green micarta that comes on these and a few other Rosecraft knives. You can see this was the brainchild of Andy Armstrong with stainless steel liners. Really nice green micarta. You can see the swedging. Absolute amazing trapper. That's what I carried today. Day 4, I do believe, for me. A little behind on this challenge. But yeah, this is what the green micarta will... It looks very similar to this in color and in the texture and lines. So let's just do a little comparison. I know they call this a Congress and it's a single blade. This is the only single bladed Congress I have seen. It's more to do with the handle shape. You got the squared off bolsters, you got the sway. Now a traditional Congress looks like this. This is a Boker tree brand, and they look to be about the same length closed. Of course, a traditional Congress generally has 4 blades, which can be very helpful if you're whittling. It can be very helpful if You want one pocket knife for all day, and you kind of tend to go through blades as far as wearing them out. You always have a sharp blade on this one. And the handle shape is very, very much shaped for whittling. So very cool. This was a gift from Michael Rasputin's castle to give you an idea of what a normal Congress looks like compared to this one. Mud Creek, I thought it was very appropriate with the Burl wood. Look at this detail on the pile side. Very, very nice. So happy to get this one. I'd like to give it a little comparison to the Buffalo River jack. They're about the same length, complete two different blade shapes. And, you know, well, everything about them is pretty different, but they're a very similar size. I do notice that the Buffalo River has a lighter pull than this. I'd say, what did I say in the video? I said this was about 4.5 to 5. I heard the green micarta has a better pull, and this is about 6.5 to maybe a 7, 6.5-ish. So good, not too strong, not too weak. Everybody's different about what they like. Both are fantastic knives. So this has a Wharncliffe. And another Wharncliffe I have by him is the French Broadjack. So I wanted to do a little comparison here. They look to be the same cutting length and almost the same, except the French Broad has a nail nick and this one has a long pull. The French Broadjack, it does look like the blade is a little bit taller, and lengthwise, bolster to bolster, they're about the same. It's just the tang you can see is a little bit longer here on the French Broad. Absolute fantastic carry. I didn't think I'd like this one so much. This is in rosewood, but I really do like carrying this one, and I do carry it a lot. So looking forward to carrying this Congress. It feels about the same, a little bit lighter maybe. I thought the blade or handle shape would not be that comfortable, but actually is very comfortable in the hand. A good small to medium size slip joint. I think this is going to be a fantastic carry for sure. Now the French Broad is totally different handle shape and bolsters and everything, but both Wharncliffes. But you can see the difference. So I thought it was very cool that he did another Wharncliffe. Plenty to come from Andy Armstrong. The Peanut's going to be released, and Stag, and Vintage Blue Bone. It's going to be a Copperhead, which I do believe is another Wharncliffe. So a lot of Wharncliffes coming from him. Fantastic. These are $15.99 on their website. You can get discounts. There are a lot of 10% off discounts out there. Just great transitions all the way around. I'm so happy I could win this. Again, thank you so much, Andy Armstrong. Thank you so much, Slippy and Thrifty, for coming together one more time to talk with Andy. And it sounds like you guys may be doing that occasionally in the future. I really like your Sunday shows. I tend to be able to catch them a little bit more than some of the other shows. Just depends on what I'm doing. So fantastic single-bladed Congress. Like I said, very first I've ever seen. I have cases small half Congress, which is a two-bladed Congress, which I really do like carrying those. But this is just a really perfect size in between 3.5 and 4 inches. Just a good, light, possible heavy use. I don't know if the handle's some of their bigger knives are more heavy use, but Rosecrafts have always been extremely well built. If you don't know, go check out Choir Boy's Scabs. He's been doing like a cut test on their Barlows for almost a year every day, and the thing is a beast and holds up. Now, this doesn't have an elongated bolster, but you get many years of use out of this knife for sure. Well, there's my comparison and overview video of the Mud Creek Congress by Rosecraft blades. Looking forward to that peanut for sure. I may wait for seconds on one of those. Those are only about $51, which is pretty reasonable. And they looked fantastic. I appreciate you all joining me in the Tiger Pit for this overview. You all stay sharp, be kind, and take chances. Take care.